I think people used to feel that ये safe है, safe zone है, इसमें कोई experiment करने की जरूरत नहीं है, you know. But मुझे चाहिए था कि लोग मेरे साथ experiment करें. मुझे, you know, they should offer me roles with potential, you know, performance. Every artist, I think, every actor wants to do that.
For all film-related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Ayesha, such a pleasure to meet you. So, सबसे पहले, I actually want to tell you your song, Wada, you know, Raha Sanam and Pehla Nasha. I was in college then. It was a song that made you feel like, you know, everything was
made you fall in love.
Right. I know. And it's a different story. Those years, love, everything that goes out of the window once you know, reality bites. Yeah. But it's just so lovely to meet you. So you do realize, till date, the moment your name is taken, you are the Pehla Nasha girl.
Yeah. I'm so proud of that, actually.
So I'm sure you get a whole lot of that, even with like these youngsters, jinko हमारे टाइम का कुछ नहीं पता है, but you say पहला नशा, आयशा जुल्का, oh पहला नशा.
मैं अभी यही बोल रही थी किसी को कि you know, ठीक है, people who know me from that time and all, but it is so strange when I see kids, you know, immediately saying कि हाँ, we have seen her movie, cycle race वाली जो जीता, you know, it's like, it's such a proud moment because you don't expect कि, you know, आजकल की generation को इतना पता होगा, but that's why I always say जो जीता वही सिकंदर is a cult film, and that film I don't think for many more years to come is going to die or go anywhere, because it was so ahead of time, and it was, you know, I don't know, I mean, I'm so proud and so lucky to be a part of it.
And also your songs, you do realize those have a timeless appeal. You know, Mr. Rishi Kapoor had told me, आजकल के song की shelf life होती है, 1 महीना, 2 महीना, 3 महीना, चल जाए तो 1 साल. But your songs, yes, and also the songs of the time, people are still humming them along.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, you know, I feel that somewhere we are lucky to be there at that time, and I think we're the only generation that is seeing that time and the change and this time. So it's such a lovely experience to, you know, see both sides of the world.
Absolutely. And talking about both sides, now, you know, in the last 2 years, there has been this whole upheaval with digital and streaming platforms. And we finally see you back on screens with Hush Hush. I mean, were you really actually waiting for a moment like this? Because now, as an actor, you can, you know, I'm sure back in the day you remember ना वो बड़ा होता था, मैं typecast हो जाऊंगी, मैं ये नहीं कर पाऊंगी, but अब मैं कुछ भी करना चाहूँ जो मैं पहले नहीं कर पाती थी, मैं अब कर सकती हूँ. So is that also very liberating for you as an artist?
It is very liberating. In fact, honestly speaking, I have been waiting for something like this for years. I have not worked for a simple reason that I, you know, I wouldn't say I was tired of doing the same kind of roles and same kind of thing, but because back then, you know, when we were doing, I mean, I think people used to feel that it's safe है, safe zone है, इसमें कोई experiment करने की जरूरत नहीं है, you know. But मुझे चाहिए था कि लोग मेरे साथ experiment करें. मुझे, you know, they should offer me roles with potential, you know, performance. Every artist, I think, every actor wants to do that. So unfortunately, the timing was not right, or, you know, I was flooded with the same similar kind of roles. And at one point I said, you know, when I grew up and matured, we all do, and we realize, I said, no, I want to do something more, you know, and I don't want to do the same typical stuff. And then when will I do it? You know, that was always my question. But it never came my way the way I wanted it. The same things were coming, and I would have done that for the next 10 years also, probably. But so I thought it's better to take a back seat and step back a little bit and wait. And so I got into my civilian life, and but I said, chalo, because I basically joined the industry so young that I did not see the civilian life.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. So, yeah, from the forces, it was straight into the industry. So it was more, you know, it was work. When We were, 16, 18. We didn't do anything like how the life should have been, It was only work. And I remember myself doing only 3 shift, 4 shift, 5 shifts, like working all the time. So then I said, nahi, abhi thoda civilian life dekhi jaye. And then I took a back seat and I started enjoying other things. My friends were missing me. There was so much other things that I wanted to do. And I always had this thing of social work and I wanted to do so much for animals, environment. So I got into all that and I started doing so many other different things while I was waiting for something good to come. And then I thought ki ye to ho nahi raha hai, and something nice is not coming. So thoda dejection, and I really wasn't good enough, or what? I mean, why am I not, why is there not a single person who's thinking ki chalo isse kuch alag karwate hain? And then came Tanuja Chandra, and then it was like I couldn't believe it, and I said, really? I mean, am I hearing it right? By then I was nervous, and I was like, after so many years to face the camera with such a difficult character, would I be able to do it? But then I always wanted to do it. So there was like a total confusion in my mind. But she was the one who cleared every cloud very nicely, step by step. And she roped me into the whole thing in a couple of months and made me say yes.
Awesome. It's like, as you said, facing the camera. Madhuri Dixit said the same thing on her comeback. She said, "Mujhe bhi tha, main camera face kar rahi hu, but it's like swimming. You will see it and immediately you'll get your flow. So I'm sure that was fantastic for you.
Yes, and the first day, I still remember when I went on the set. Before that, for almost a week, I was chewing Tanuja's brain. I'm so nervous. I don't know whether I'll be able to do this. I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know what to do, what not to do. And then she didn't want me to have any makeup, and they wanted to, create certain things. And I said, I've not done all this, and it's like I'm so nervous. But then I sailed through, and the first day when I went on set, the entire set, as if they knew my nervousness, and they started making me feel so comfortable, everybody. And it was as if the moment they said action, she said action, I didn't feel that I was never there. I just felt it was just yesterday.
Absolutely. And also the amazing thing about Hush Hush is it's helmed by a woman director. She's a director, woman, gender apart, but I'm just using this. And also it's led by women. It's just so exciting. And I'm sure back in the day, I'm sure aapko bhi hota hoga, has to be a female driven thing. But wo kya hai, wo heroine बेचारी रह जाती थी. Strong भी हो, मगर वो hero की उसके ऊपर की परछाई में थी.
छाया.
I know, छत्र छाया में. Like she needed saving from the hero. I mean, you have done movies, so you were a strong character, but in the end, she had to be rescued just to show the hero is larger than life and he's to protect her. But this is amazing. All their women, from you, Juhi Chawla, who's also the 90s Hamara generation, and to the young ones.
And even the team behind, Veera Kapoor, Juhi Chaturvedi, and there's so many, the executive producers, then so everybody was a woman, the ADs, and I would say it was like a sea of women. And I think it was such an exciting thing and such a delight to see so many women and so professional and so loving that kab khatam ho gaya pata hi nahi laga, it was yes, it's just awesome.
And Hush Hush is also about keeping secrets. ऐसा कौन सा secret आप divulge करोगे हमको? ऐसा कोई secret बता दो.
I don't know. I mean, I would say you must have seen the promos, and when they've kept me a little mysterious all throughout, and so I don't want to unfold the mystery. I can just say one thing, that I'm an enigma person in this, and I basically, she's mysterious. She's there are lots of shades to this character. She's got secrets. She's got you can say criminal tendencies. She's got emotions. She's got plus, minus, positive, power, negative, lows, highs. It's a very complicated character, and all of it is there, and yet it unfolds very slowly. And still, I would say in this season, you may not understand her completely. You have to wait for the second
Wow.
season. So, like I said, it's something that I really feel very lucky that I'm actually making a debut on OTT with such a strong character. And the most important thing that I feel is the conviction Tanuja had for me, you know. क्या होता है, lot of times we've seen that, okay, fine, if she said a no, then there'll be this one, otherwise there'll be this one, you know. Lot of times, in my
You
case,
faced
it's
it
quite,
yourself also. You faced it yourself as
yes,
well.
yes,
That is
lot
a
of
big
times,
call.
yeah, lot of times. So in this, the biggest plus point was that I did say a no in the beginning. You know, I did say that I'm really not sure because I thought in my mind that nothing really worthwhile is coming. So let's, you know, divert ourselves somewhere else. And then came this. And one thing which she kept on saying, and she really was after me for quite a few months. And she said that I don't think anybody else can do this. And I only see you. And this character is very close to my heart. And I just cannot take no for an answer. So you can take your time, but I want a yes. That conviction of a director when she says that I don't see anybody else in this character and I want you to do it was a proud moment for me. And I just felt that here she wants me and she is the one I was looking for all this while. And, you know, I couldn't say no eventually.
Absolutely. And, by the sound of it, it's like a character is not done before because, you have to realize your soft face made you the girl next door. She was the sacrificing girl or she was the savior who would take the bullet. That was it.
So this is going to be completely different from the Ayesha Jhulka that you saw. And it's going to be a completely different Ayesha that you'll see. Now, I don't know how well I'll be accepted, but yes, it's completely performance driven. And that's what I'm excited about.
Isn't that what all actors wait for? But yeah. But going back to the 90s, Ayesha, do you feel they were far more forgiving? What if you were to make your debut now? Do you think it would have been easier or tougher with all the social media, which young actors say they spend more time on social media and projecting an image than actually focusing on their craft? Itna kuch bada chadha kar. You all were doing, 5 shifts. Between 92 and 94, you've done some 20 odd films, all super hits. It was a crazy year for you, 92 to 94. Yes. But now when you look back at now, they do 1 film a year, 2 maximum, that's it.
Actually, that's also good that you do 1 or 2 films a year, and we were doing too much, I think. And somewhere, you may have a lot of quantity, but definitely the quality would suffer because it's too much. A lot of times we were tired and I was, I used to do my makeup in the car, reaching from one set to another, changing the makeup, and we didn't have time. It was like you're running all the time. So अगर उस टाइम पे सोशल मीडिया होता तो वैसे भी कुछ नहीं होता because we were like so exhausted with the kind of work that we were doing. And honestly speaking, मुझे this overexposure of everything, of course it's the change of time, but we're still not used to it. I'm not used to it. I still feel that रोज क्या पोस्ट करूं, क्या डालें, so और पहले कैसे होता था that you had to actually wait for your film to release to show your talent, to tell people what meat do you have, I mean what can you do, how can you look, what work can you do. So there was a challenge because आपको थिएटर तक लोगों को जाना पड़ता था, आपकी टिकट फिल्म की लेनी पड़ती थी आपसे मिलने के लिए. अब इजी है, अब everything is at your house and you can just open and see what who's doing. So I don't know, there are pluses of it and there are minuses of it.
Absolutely. But as Raveena Tandon said, she's also 90. She says agar social media hota jo itne heroines ke bare mein bakwas likhi jati thi, when people used to pit them against, write rumors, and then the apology would be one line that never knew, oh, this was misreported. She says wo sab nahi hota. Don't.
मैंने बोला ना जैसे कि we couldn't have adjusted to it then because एक तो हम आजकल क्या है बच्चे बहुत अवेयर हैं, they are more focused and they are very professional and they know everything even at the age of 14 15 when they if they come that young. हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं था, मुझे तो नहीं था, मैं तो I used to be like a bubbly person who's come from the forces background where everything is like whatever is in the heart is in the on your lips.
Protected.
Yeah, never try to manipulate our words and हमसे अभी भी नहीं होता. So times have changed, or for us also to get into this digital thing is quite a difficult thing. It takes time to we have to learn everything, we have to unlearn a lot of things. So it's an effort that we all also have to do. But फिर भी हमारा टाइम भी बहुत अच्छा था.
True. But there's one thing I'm so glad to see you, Juhi Chawla, Ravina Tandon, now Shefali Shah, look at her, she's reinvented herself. They were all raised one point thing about ageism. Heroine ko age कहते नहीं, अब ये नहीं कर सकती. While all your co-stars from them, the Khans, Kumar and all, are still romancing women who are half क्या? I mean, must have उनकी parents की शादी भी नहीं हुई होगी तब, when they were doing movies. Right. So what do you think? All that is now changing, and does it sometimes irk you? Why do they have the age factor comes for the heroine and not for the man?
I don't know, because these norms, I don't know when they were made, by whom they were made, and why they were made. Because anyway, nonetheless, I mean, we used to feel bad ki, what is this shelf life thing? Because अब क्या है कि OTT is such a big relief for people like us, all of us. And also, we believe that we can perform, and we believe that we have the experience of those years, and combine these two things of experience and the roles that now we can do, to our heart's content. We can actually perform the way we want. People will give us those chances, which we didn't get back then. And it is such a delight and so much contentment as an actor that you get while you do all these kind of different roles. And then you look beyond a time that you want. Now, see, now my series, when it releases, people will watch me in a different avatar, different way. And then they will decide whether I really have that in me, and what more can I do, and how can I experiment with more stuff. And a big, big plus is the experience of those, 25, 27 years that we have worked from literally childhood. And these experiences help us to develop ourselves better and perform better, and also surrender to what we are doing rather than trying to do our own thing. At least I really believe that a complete surrender to your script, to your director, to the role that you're doing really enhances the whole thing. Because eventually now it doesn't matter whether you use makeup or not, whether you look like this, whether it doesn't matter. What matters is what are you doing on screen, So I just took off everything. No eyelashes, no makeup, no hair, great thing, simplicity, but yet performance is what I really tried to do.
Absolutely, and I'm glad so, because the thing is, the heroines always came back and they were being bracketed while the men were still doing what they did like 30 years ago. I mean, it's amazing. Which I don't know why they can't resign to the fact of playing the middle-aged man, because that's, I guess it'll happen in time. Also, yeah.
But as long as I think people are wanting them that way, it's absolutely okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong, and most of them look so good even now. And
I know.
So I think it's fair enough. Jab tak you don't feel it from inside, it's fine.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Now it's interesting that there's directors and writers who are writing about women. Money is being put in those sets back. उस टाइम पे तो वो आर्ट फिल्म मानी जाती थी. अरे कौन देखेगा, हीरो डालना है, फिर वो आइटम नंबर का दौरा है. I'm glad all that changing away. But is there a memory that you want to share from those crazy 90s, which were a far more forgiving time, I think it had some of the best melodies. What comes to mind when recall some moment that it still makes you smile? Like Mr. Shashi Kapoor had told me, he says, इतने हम shift करते थे, एक दो बारी मैं भूल भी गया था, अब कौन सी फिल्म के लिए जा रहा हूँ, मैं कैरेक्टर कौन सा प्ले करता हूँ, ये कोई मुझे बता दो.
Actually, he's right. Actually, मेरे साथ भी ऐसे हुआ था. I was shooting in Film City for I think it was Balma or Sangram, one of the films, and then I had to come and shoot for Rang in a bungalow in Juhu somewhere, and then I had to go for another set, and in the morning I had already shot for something else. So when I went to the set of Rang, I started calling Talat, who was my director, by the name of the director of the other set, and I kept saying, and वो मेरे सामने खड़ा हुआ, and he's looking at me, and I'm saying, अरे तुम्हें समझ नहीं आ रहा मैं तुमसे बात कर रही हूँ. तो 2-3 बार के बाद बोलते हैं, पर मेरा नाम ये नहीं है मैम, मेरा नाम ये है. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And then Bindu ji walked in and she's saying, what are you doing? I said, I don't know. I mean, I'm so disoriented. It was too tedious. And then after that, I was so embarrassed. And for quite a few days, I didn't know how to react to that. How foolish. I was blank and I was, so then suddenly my co-actors started coming and teasing me and they said, अब हमारा भी नाम बदल देना, हमें भी आप, उस actor के नाम से बुला देना. So these are the things that happen.
I remember Ram, Kamal Sadana, Divya Bharti and you.
Yes, a lovely film and lovely memories, yes.
Yeah, and Divya Bharti, I remember, like, oh my God, she was such a promising talent.
She was a fire brand and, an awesome, lovely human being.
Absolutely. मेरे को आपकी सारी पिक्चरें याद है, वो सारी पिक्चरें देखी हैं यार.
Wow.
90s, what did you do? From college you came home and you went and watched a movie. Yeah, that was celebration. After everything is available on the disc.
Effort ना, इतना effort करना पड़ता था.
सही में उस टाइम जो भी आपने दिया हमने देखा. अब तो पहले ही नहीं चलेगी ये क्या किया? अच्छा,
देखने से पहले ही फैसला हो जाता है. It's sad. That part is really sad.
But your most favorite movie, I want to ask, your most favorite memory, was it Pehla Nasha, Wada Kiya Sanam? I mean, इतनी लंबी list है यार आपकी. Balma. I mean, there's just so much. Jai Kishan. I mean, I will just like पूरी लिखी है मैंने. Even I will like.
बहुत सारी memories हैं और हर फिल्म के साथ कोई ना कोई memory तो जुड़ी होती है. मैंने एक फिल्म की थी संग्राम अजय देवगन के साथ. उसमें मेरे कंधे पे बंदर बिठा दिया था. And मुझे कहा गया कि इस बंदर से दोस्ती करनी पड़ेगी because वो आपके कंधे पे थ्रू आउट द फिल्म रहेगा. एंड छोटा सा बच्चा था तो ऐसे मैं इसे घर ले जाऊं फिर दोस्ती करनी पड़ेगी तो. So they said, yeah, if you want to take him, he'll get used to you and all that. तो मैं 2 महीने के लिए उस बंदर को अपने घर ले आई. And my mother threw a fit because I had 2 dogs. So शाम को वापस आके देखा तो बंदर ऊपर दरवाजे के और दोनों कुत्ते नीचे. And they was like, and my mother said, please, he can't stay here. How can we keep him here for 2 months? और फिर बेचारे को मुझे, और वो बेचारा मेरे साथ ही सोता था, मेरी आर्म पे सोता था. And after 2 months when I had to, 2 महीने तो मैंने उसको रखा. He got used to me. We shot for the film. And the day I had to leave him back, I was crying like a child as if मेरा कोई साथी जा रहा है. It was like so sad, and that I can never forget. I still miss that bandar. I wish I could see him again. And so I'm like, I was very attached to animals all throughout my life, even now. And so this was one very close to my heart thing that happened, and nobody really could know about it or relate to it. But yeah, that was something which my mom and my sister remember telling me that you're such a kid. Why are you crying? Even the owner is telling me of that bandar. रोइए मत, मैं इसे जब कहोगे ले आऊंगा. And I was crying जैसे मेरा लेके जा रहे हो तुम, that kind of thing. So that was a very cute memory. And then Jo Jeeta Wohi Sikandar, yes, the high speed song. I was such a kid and I used to ask them, when they said high speed है तो पहले समझा रहा था मंसूर कि कैसे होगा क्या होगा. और मुझे याद है हम सब एकदम इंटेलिजेंट की तरह हाँ सब समझ आ गया एंड ऑल दैट. एंड देन जब मैं शॉट देने के लिए गई फर्स्ट टाइम तो मैं उसके पास भागी गई. मैंने कहा एक मिनट कैमरा मत रोल करना, मुझे हाई स्पीड में गाना भी अपने लिप्स को भी हाई स्पीड करना पड़ेगा क्या? These kind of silly questions. And so I tell you, उस टाइम पे इतना innocence था ना हर चीज में, and I miss that innocence. I feel that we're all dressed up for everything, we have to be ourselves. And that is something that I really miss of those times.
Absolutely. And I mean, Jyoti, launched your career. I mean, you were working, but it brought you into the spotlight. Farah Khan, it's wonderful to see you all lovely ladies thriving. So what was it like connecting with Juhi Chawla here? Because you are the 90s ka girl compared to the rest of them who came way later.
Yeah. In fact, of course, she's senior to me. She came before me, but it was such a treat because I've never worked with her before this. And we have not even, unluckily, unfortunately, never connected in any way because we probably never shot together or in the same studio, strangely. And then we suddenly connected on, a show. And before that, we had already signed this and we had not started shooting. So we really laughed and we really connected as if we knew each other because there is something, that thread, like how you and me have the forces thread and we feel connected. Likewise, it was already a connection. And then we had some really good scenes together. We worked together and we had these night shoots. So we were kind of tired, and also the pressure of so much performance by Tanuja. That was also, something that didn't make us, but then we used to find our ways of laughing and ways of fun. And whatever time we shot with each other, we connected with each other, it was relatable and it was a pleasure.
Absolutely. जाते जाते बता आजकल के दौर में आपका फेवरेट कौन है? कौन सा? I mean, the talent that you really admire. I mean, you really look and saying like, wow, powerhouse of talent.
I think I really, really admire and love Deepika. And I think she also has that earthy thing in her, which makes you connect very easily and very relatable face, very elegant, very nice. Of course, there are so many beautiful talents around and so many people who are absolutely a powerhouse when it comes to performing in their own ways. And I'm very glad that we are also getting that chance of, doing good work. And I just hope that something, we can do together, most of our people of 90s, all of us together. Absolutely. It'll be so much fun.
Tell your 90s ka heroes to come back. I mean, these are the heroines that gave you those hits, yeah. I mean, bhaag rahe hain, picture kare ja rahe hain. It's, better the known people and work with.
I know, हमें तो लेकिन फिर भाभी माँ ये वो ना बना देना, फिर वो हमको भी performance तो करनी है ना.
वही तो issue है, मैं कह रही हूँ उनको बुला देंगे भाभी माँ और खुद they will be like the issue. But now, I mean, the 90s should, celebrate with the 90s. It's such a pleasure speaking to you. All the very best.
Thank you.
Ayesha 2.0 is the start of many more performance-driven.
I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that after Hush Hush, I'll get a chance to do much better work.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lovely speaking with you. Thank you.
Likewise.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.